at home would like to be on this stage and play for these very exciting prizes, all you have to do is be in the studio when I run into the audience and ask a question like, how many wheels are on a standard bicycle or motorcycle? Who can do it for me? Okay, Glenn, here, have a try. That's right, it's 2. Let's go on to somebody else now who would like a question. Who would like a question? How about you, Carol? Here we go. Carol, here's your question. Mark Summers is the host of the TV game show called Double What?
There.
That's right, Carol. You're also a runner. There you go. We need another runner. How about somebody over here now? Let's look for somebody over here. Who can it be? Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? How about you, Christine? Here you go, Christy. What is the building where you have to be very quiet while other people read books?
Library.
That's right, Christy. Here we go. We need one more person. Who will it be? Who's it going to be? How about you, Fred? Here we go. What creepy creature has 8 legs, weaves webs, and eats flies, Fred?
Spider.
That's right, Fred. We've got 4 runners, so we're all ready to go. You know what to do, audience. 5, 4, 3, 2, run! Hi, everybody. I'm Andrew Cochran. Welcome to 5432 Run.
5432 Run was a kids' game show that ran on CTV-owned stations Saturday mornings, or afternoons in some cases, from 1988 to 1990 for 2 17-episode seasons. It was taped at the BCTV studios in Burnaby, BC. The show also found its way into several U.S. markets through syndication. The host of the show was Andrew Cochran, who at the time was also hosting the localized version of the Kids Teens variety series Switchback for CBC Halifax. Andrew I found to be a little stiff at first, but it didn't take long for him to start to loosen up, and did so without looking like a poser. So overall, he does an okay job. The game begins with Andrew patrolling the audience, picking a kid at random, and asking them a question. If they get it right, they become a runner. If they get it wrong, Andrew will go to another kid with a new question. This process continues until 4 runners have been found. The 4 runners then face up to 3 rounds. In each round, Andrew gives a category, and on the other side of the set are seats, each with a monitor representing a different answer, one of which is wrong. After a call of 5, 4, 3, 2, run, the answers are shuffled between the monitors, and the kids race to an answer that they think is right. However, in between, they must complete a small obstacle. So, essentially, think of a very scaled-down version of the future UK game show, The Whole 19 Yards. Once each kid has chosen an answer, Andrew asks each of them if they want to stay with their answer, move to the empty seat, assuming there is one, or offer a trade. If they wish to trade, they'll choose an opponent, and the opponent can either accept the trade, or they can refuse. And if they refuse, the kid who wanted the trade is kind of SOL. Once everybody's locked in, together the kids push a button, and if they're sitting on a right answer, nothing happens to them and they move on to the next round. But if they're wrong, the contents of a tube above them are emptied on them, and they're eliminated from the game. Now, these can be silly props like ping pong balls, Monopoly money, or messier things like whipped cream or slime, either the blue goo, the green stream, or the purple slurple. You try to come up with a better rhyme for purple. But even when they are eliminated, the kid still gets a small gift just for playing. The first question has 5 possible answers, the second has 4, and the third has 3. The last 2 players of each game also go on to the grand prize round. Another main game is then played with 4 new runners. But in between, on the Canadian broadcasts anyway, Andrew poses a couple of questions for the home audience to play along with the game. Meanwhile, he'll either informally poll the audience or ask random kids for their thoughts. No prizes are awarded here. This is really just for fun and to kill time. And these segments did not air in the United States. And this is probably because Andrew would often refer to the fact that the home viewers were from across Canada, which was kind of taboo for U.S. syndication. Not really sure why. The grand prize round takes some elements of an old 1960s game called Temptation. 4 prizes are offered to the contestant. Each of them secretly chooses which one they want. And if the contestant is the only one to pick that prize, Andrew will then ask them a question. If they get it right, the prize is theirs. Otherwise, they get a consolation prize of a board game. If 2 or more of the players pick the same prize, a showdown happens. Andrew will ask each of the contestants a question in turn. A right answer keeps them in the game, while a wrong answer eliminates them, and they leave the board game. Last player left standing wins the prize. And that was it. A pretty straightforward, simple format with a low budget, but fun enough and pretty harmless. So although the show didn't last that long, it's still noteworthy because of the people involved. The show was created by game show legend Mark Maxwell Smith, who was also heavily involved with a lot of game shows, including the Canadian classics Talkabout and Bumper Stumpers, and produced and wrote such shows as Greed, Hot Potato, and Supermarket Sweep, and the Alphabet Game in the UK. And he's still active in the industry to this day. Andrew Cochran later started his own production company, Cochran Entertainment. Its main claim to fame being the popular children's series Theodore Tugboat, which they co-produced with CBC. Unfortunately, once that series met its demise, that was pretty much the beginning of the end of the company, as after the rights to Theodore Tugboat were sold, the company went bankrupt. But all is not lost, as Andrew has since gone on to a very successful career as a lawyer. So that's going to wrap things up for this edition of the Game Show Canada. Please tune in for the next episode, which will be the final episode of the Game Show Canada. As starting in January, the Game Show Canada will be replaced by a brand new series here in Game Show Gumbo called The Global Game. And I am very much looking forward to this new journey, and I hope you will join me. So until then, on behalf of all of us, long may your big jib draw.